Hi, I'm Mark Ritson from dailystar.co.uk. Tonight I'm off to West Ham versus Birmingham City in the Premier League, and we'll be speaking to the fans about what they think about the financial ruin in football at the moment. Our club's being run irresponsibly, our players' wages too high. I'm about to find out. So, has greed destroyed football?
Not so sure it's greed, I think stupidity more than anything. The way people are running clubs, they're making decisions which are just chasing a dream, chasing something that's just not there, just to, some of them satisfying their own ego, some of them just trying to get the adulation of supporters. Players are taking the money that's given to them, you can't complain about that. Anyone's going to take the money that's given to them, but I don't think it's greed, I think it's just stupidity and bad business management.
So, do you think the clubs are being run irresponsibly?
Very much so, most of them. I mean, obviously you've got your few like Arsenal that have run themselves well, and I mean, they get criticised for not buying players, but they're running properly and they're not too much in debt. You see United are 700 million in debt, Chelsea can only afford, and City can only afford because of a sugar daddy. And clubs like Pompey, which tried to compete, even Charlton did it a couple of years ago, they were always a one club, then they started chasing the dream and they got into all kinds of financial problems for it. So yeah, irresponsible is probably the word.
Has greed destroyed football?
Definitely. Years ago, I mean, it was more about passion. The fans coming over. I mean, even now for supporters, you can't. I mean, it's hard to even come over here now and watch a game of football without spending 40, 50 quid on a game of football. And now you're seeing clubs going under. You know, I feel so sorry for today Portsmouth coming out. In a week's time, they could be no more. They're the most passionate fans in the country. So definitely, it's ruined it completely, and they've got to sort it out.
Are the clubs being run irresponsibly, do you think?
Yes, yeah, I think most of them are. They're all chasing the pot instead of looking really to see and knowing what they can do and what they can't do. You know, everybody wants to make Champions League when surely staying in the Premiership and running right is the first thing.
So you think players' wages should be reduced?
I think some should be capped a bit. Yeah, I think some are earning too much, some deserve it, but I think overall your 150 grand a week is probably too high.
What do you think about your own striker, Mido, on 52 grand a year?
I think he's done well. He's got to prove himself, so at least it proves he wants to play, doesn't it? Instead of just turning up for the money and just going through training like some of them do.
Do you think the clubs are being run irresponsibly?
Definitely. I think there needs to be a wage cap, to be honest with you. Especially like the clubs being run irresponsibly. There's too many men in football now that is just paying too much money for absolutely nothing. You know, as fans, what are we getting out of it? You know, I'm here tonight, I paid 40, 50 quid to see my team. What am I getting in return? Absolutely nothing.
I think players' wages should be reduced.
Definitely. I mean, John Terry and Frank Lampard being paid £100,000 a week, and it's just unfair when there's such a big gap from Championship to Premiership. For instance, you get paid what, £5,000 a week for a Championship team, and you get paid £100,000 a week for Chelsea. It's just
there's some players in the Premiership, well, average players are on 20 grand a week.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just.
And then just because your club's lucky got taken over by a rich billionaire, you get much more money.
Like Man City now,
yeah, Man City.
How much money they've put into it.
Yeah.
Has greed destroyed football?
Absolutely, greed and stupidity, I would say. Players getting far too much money and the owners just paying well over the odds, and there's no need for it, to be honest.
So, do you think clubs are being run irresponsibly?
I do, totally. Yeah, I think there's been a precedent set, and it's got silly now. It's spiralling out of control, and clubs are being run massively irresponsibly on a budget way over budget, basically. So yeah, totally.
So players' wages, you think they should be reduced?
I think they should be capped. Some players' wages, I don't think, for example, I don't want to single out John Terry, he's having a bad month anyway, but he ain't worth 170 grand a week. That is absolutely obscene. And I think there should be a cap, to be honest.
Would you feel sad for a club like Portsmouth and the state of football if they were to go out of business?
I feel sad for the fans. I wouldn't feel sorry for the owners, because obviously they haven't run it properly anyway. Wouldn't feel that sorry for the players, because they'd just go and get a job somewhere else, they go and play for another club. I do feel sorry for the fans, yeah. I mean, they're the ones that they won't have a club to support anymore, and it's the fans ultimately that pay the players' wages. So I feel sorry for the fans, definitely. Yeah.
clubs are being run irresponsibly?
Yeah, some clubs are, yeah. Going into stupid amounts of debt. Millionaires stepping in and just buying the league. In a way, it's good that you support them teams. In a way, no.
So do you think players' wages should be reduced?
Me, personally, I think it's a joke. No, it's not a joke. Something has to be reduced. And it can't be ticket prices going up. Something has to be reduced.
Because you've got a player, Milo, signed on for 52 grand a year, not a week. So, I mean, players like him, should there be more players like him?
I quite respect Milo, you know. Yeah, but there should be, but most players aren't going to take that, are they?
Players' wages should be reduced.
I think it would be a good idea to have a cap at, say, something like £50,000 a week.
So, would you feel sad for a club like Portsmouth and the actual financial state of football if they were to go out of business?
Yes, I think it's essential that the well-established clubs remain operative. It would be a shame any big, long-standing club could go under.